Hello, and apologies, I missed a few weeks. I need you to know that I actually had a video and I spent 3 days editing it, and it was my reaction to Strictly Come Dancing. Didn't realise the BBC doesn't even let you put that up, let alone monetize it. So that's why we had no video, and then I've been away last week, which threw off my momentum. Anyways, I'm back. I got back last night. It is Sunday. I'm currently filming this the day you're watching this, so fingers crossed everything goes okay. So I wanted to do a little video today, just an old-fashioned, back to basics video, and it is 10 things I didn't learn about the British until I became one, which is a fun video I've wanted to do for about 7 years. So I thought this would be super fun now that I am officially British as of July, and it is end of October, so I've got a little bit of experience now. And also the 7 years that it took. This is what should have been on the Life in the UK test. Number 1 is the weather. Shocking, but the weather as a currency. It's never just small talk. People's response to the weather is a real insight into their psyche. If they say, it's a bit grim, isn't it? Then you know they're not doing okay, they're barely holding it together. If they're like, it's cold but it's sunny, then they're like, their life is alright. So you can really kind of suss out how someone's mood is. So you can really check out someone's mental health by their opinion on the weather, which is so funny. Number 2 is Pret as a coping mechanism. Particularly a London thing, I suspect, but you can check on someone's mental status by how many Pret loyalty stars they have. So it's like it's a £5 therapy session with a croissant and a donut. Yeah, Prets are on every corner here, so when you're feeling sad and you want a bit of a sweet treat, just duck into Pret, grab yourself a cheeky almond croissant. Number 3 is the sacredness of a Sunday roast. You can cancel a wedding, but you can't cancel a roast. I love the Yorkshire pudding. That is my favourite part of a roast, and it really riles me up because Daniel doesn't like them, which then I also have to steal his, so it's a positive. But some people don't like the Yorkshire pudding, and I'm like, without that we're just eating meat and veggies. What are we doing here? And if you're not vegetarian, you're just eating veggies. Yorkshire roast is what is quintessential, and I'm passionate about it. I've seen at Christmas markets you can get a massive Yorkshire roast. You can get a massive Yorkshire pudding and put the Yorkshire roast inside it and wrap it like a burrito. That is the innovation we need in this country. I will say, and I think they might revoke my citizenship, flavour-wise, in terms of a Sunday roast, they're fine. I'm so sorry. Like, I know some people's favourite food is a Sunday roast, and I'm not that gal. I'll eat it if I'm on like a hike and I'm ending in a pub and it's a Sunday and it makes sense, sure. But it's just not my favourite, and it shocks me that it is people's favourite. In a world where there is pasta and there is pizza and there is curry, it just shocks me that's your favourite food. Literally it's just veggies and gravy, and like without the gravy, they're just veggies. So yeah, power to those people, couldn't be me. Number 4, the polite rage at public transport. No one's ever gonna say a word, but the looks, the eyes, the eye rolls, the tusks, the humps, the breathing, everyone, it's like the passive-aggressive Olympics on public transport. So there's unwritten rules on public transport, you know, take your backpack off, let the people off the train before you get on the train or the bus, and give up your seat to the elderly or pregnant or whatever. And so when the rules are broken, no one's gonna call you out, but you'll get a lot of, and then everybody around you will look at each other going, can you get a load of this guy? And I think that's good, I guess, because I also don't like conflict, so I'm like, good, don't. But then also, I think there's perhaps, maybe we would have a bit better rule following, should we we need some vigilante justice, I feel, but very low key. Because none of the Brits are going to do it. We need someone else to step up and enforce some rules. Although also, when I was pregnant, a lot of people offered their seats to me, which was lovely. I had a bad back when I was pregnant, and I actually preferred to stand. So I was like, no, I'm happy standing. They're like, please take my seat. And I was like, I actually want to stand. So for some reason, sitting hurt my back. The miracle of pregnancy. Number 5 is the understatement Olympics. A bit chilly means absolutely Baltic frostbite, I'm gonna die. Not ideal means I almost lost my life. I might lose my entire life savings, my life may end. It's not ideal, I'm gonna die. The national motto could be suffering but silently. It's just, which I think is so funny because you can kind of tell by people's, the more overreacting they are, the less serious it is. So if you burn dinner, that's like, absolute disaster, what a nightmare, oh, worst day of my life, da 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 da. You get a cancer diagnosis and you're like, not ideal. Like that's the scale. So the more dramatic they are, the less serious it is. It's inverse, which I find fascinating and funny. It's not that hard for me to understand as an Australian. However, I think if you were not from a British history, like family culture, that would be so hard to understand. Them just not saying anything how it is. Like, that's not too bad means it was actually good, or it was quite good means I thought it was gonna be bad. Number 6 is self-deprecation as a love language. Compliments make people uncomfortable. If you say, I love your dress, then they'll be like, I got it from Vinted, I got it from a charity shop, I didn't need it, it was on sale, it wasn't even nice, this is disgusting, I think this is so gross, I wouldn't even wear it, why did I put it on this morning, I'm gonna throw it out when I get home. That's the response you get. So I'm a big advocate of compliments because I think it is free to do, to say something nice to someone, and it'll make their day, to be like, I like your dress, I like your hair, that's so nice, you did really well, your presentation was great, whatever it is. I'm like such an advocate for bigging people up because I think so much in life pulls you down. And I think often we think these things, like I might think that's a nice dress, but I might not say it. And then I'm like, oh, well, if I just said it, she would have felt so good. So I'm such an advocate for that. So, and I'm aware it makes people uncomfortable in a sense, but I don't care because it's a good kind of uncomfortable. Because I think even though they might go, oh, oh, when they get home that night, they'll be like thinking about it. Or when they put that dress on next, they'll be like, oh, that dress is nice. I always get compliments on that dress. So yeah, so I'm a big advocate for paying the compliments forward. Number 7, saying sorry to everything. If you bump into the door, sorry. If someone steps on your foot, oh, I'm sorry. If someone bumps into you, full body conflict at the station, it's sorry. I've once seen 2 people bump into each other and they were both sorrying off like it was an Olympic sport. Sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry, my fault, no, my fault. I think also if you are someone who's moved here and you don't do this social performative, if I stepped on someone's foot and they went sorry as an instinct and I was like, that's fine, like didn't respond with the I'm sorry too, I think that would cause like tension. I think maybe that's why there's like, you know, immigrant tensions at the moment. People aren't, you know, doing this theatrical pageantry of apologies that we're so used to. There's the cutting edge analysis by Yvette. But yeah, sorries all the time. Sorry for everything. You can be like, sorry, apology, and then you can be like, if someone says something a bit out of pocket, you're sorry? Like, what the fuck? So if you say, I'm right, you're wrong, you're sorry. I'm actually exploding with rage and so angry, you're, oh, I'm sorry, but. If I didn't hear you, you go, sorry, what was that, sorry? You wanna say, shut up? And you're trying to get control of a room, you're, sorry guys, sorry. Sorry to interrupt. And those are just some of the ways British people use the word sorry. Number 8 is T as conflict resolution. You could announce a nuclear strike and someone would say, do you want me to put the kettle on? It's less of a drink and more of like a cultural sedative. Also, if you're having a big row with someone and you're fighting and it comes to a like conclusion, the peace offering is, should I go make some tea? Because then you know, we're done. Peace offering, it's over. Have some tea and calm down. And even if you hate someone, you'll still make them tea if you're in the office and you're doing tea rounds. 9, queues as a moral compass. There's no higher value than knowing your place in a queue. Anyone who cuts it is immediately shamed. Straight to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200, out of here. Nothing will offend the Brits more than cutting a queue, and honestly, thanks to my passport, I'm right there with you. And what I think is really interesting is queuing is such an interesting, cultural, important thing. But when you go to the pub, which is also a very important cultural establishment, there is no actual queue at the pub. Like, you're all just standing at the bar, and everybody has to kind of keep track of who arrived at the bar when, and you got to know, oh, I was after the stripy guy, but before sparkly dress, you know. And then everyone keeps track of this, and so then if they go to someone else, they go, oh no, she was actually first. And so like this cultural, societal connection that everyone's looking out for each other. It's really cute and really nice, and I think it's so nuanced, but fantastic, and you don't really realize that. It looks like such a shambles if you're just looking, but knowing that everyone's keeping tabs of everybody else to make sure everyone gets their go is so beautiful and British. It's Baltic and other regional weather slang. Good to end this, bookend it with 2 weather points, but I found that people don't just say it's cold or it's hot. They'll find 50 other ways to say that sentiment. It's either it's Baltic, it's either it's Baltic, it's nippy. They have 12 different synonyms, all for mild discomfort. And my personal favourite is colder than a witch's tit. Then it's sweltering, it's boiling, it's hot, it's too much. So I think that's very fun and very British to have so many different words for the weather, but never the basics. I wanted to do a bonus 11 because I was talking to Daniel about this last night, because we got in from the airport at 7 o'clock at night. We had to order dinner, and you know, if you're a loyal follower and you're a loyal subscriber and you've seen a lot of my videos, you'll remember I used to say most overrated British thing was M&S, and I have absolutely joined the cult of M&S. I didn't understand it before, I'll hold my head up. M&S I thought was like a Tesco, I guess, and I was like, it just doesn't have what you need. Like, there's no actual like ingredients really at an M&S. Like, it's hard to cook properly there. However, when you see it for what it is, it's glorious. So there's an M&S at Gatwick Airport, and so we were able to go and get some pasta pre-made dinners last night on the way home, which was absolutely genius thinking. So we got home, had some M&S pasta, and it was fantastic. So the quality at M&S, top tier. No one was ever questioning that. The price alone tells you the quality should be up here. What I also never understood, and I still kind of don't, is that they only really stock their own brand. So it's kind of like, why can't I think of a single brand? McVitie's only stocking, like having their own store for McVitie's. Like, that's what it feels like. So I never understood that, and it's still a bit confusing, but understanding that M&S is its own brand and it's kind of like a bougie brand, so that when you get the stuff there, it's quite good quality, which is quite nice. And if you're doing anything seasonal, so like autumn, Halloween, Christmas at M&S, oh, stop me. Picnics, picky bits, oh, fantastic. And if you're entertaining it anyway for a party, 10 out of 10. They also do an amazing pistachio creme, which is my favorite, and I realize that sounds so out of touch, but oh my god, the pistachio creme in M&S is to die for. So yeah, I've absolutely converted. When M&S is right, it's right, but you've got to make sure it's the right circumstance, you know. Don't go there trying to cook a pastry from scratch, because I feel like that would be quite hard. But if you want a lot of garnishes and tidbits and little posh bits and pieces, fantastic. Love an M&S. And so that was my additional retraction from a previous video, because yeah, M&S is top tier. So that is all I have for you today. It was just the top British things I've learned since becoming British, and I came to London for the opportunity and the vibes, and I've stayed for the scones and for the sarcasm. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this low-key video, considering I'm trying my best, guys. I'm so sorry, I'm up against it. And thank you so much for watching. All right.